Okay, and then this video will be in the course information video section of the course. So if you need to go back and review it, you can. All right, so let me start this power. Oh, I've got to share screen. Hang on. Share screen. Okay, and let me also open the chat. Shoot. There. Okay. All right, now I've got the chat open, so I shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, great. So I'm going to, let me put this down here, start this. And okay, so this is the human thinking and digital culture. And there are two sections, section 200 and section 500. I'm Professor Laura Mandel, and you can just call me Laura. And all my information is on Canvas, so you can find my phone for texting, which is my cell phone, and some other things. So I'm going to go through what's in Canvas. First of all, for those of you who just want to come quickly or just want to see this quickly again, I'm going to give you the main points at the beginning. In Canvas, you can get to all of the courses. I'm just going to close this. You can get to all of the course readings and instructions and materials in the modules section. So you actually don't need to use the syllabus. All of that information is in the modules. So when you first click on modules, you'll see help and support, and you'll see course information, which I'm going to go over. But if you scroll down, you will see, here's each week. So this is week 1, introduction to the course, and then here's week 2, and it goes all the way down to week 14. And so everything you have to do is on the overview and to-do list, and all of the readings are linked here. You don't have to buy any books for the course. The readings are all available online. So I do have a warning. So Canvas is new this year to Texas A&M, I believe, and or it's at least they're making it the new main system. So they are working really, really hard. Texas A&M has been working really hard all summer to make our classes possible this semester, but they're a little behind, and so I actually now have up 2 sections of human thinking and digital culture, and I put in a request to have them merged, and they haven't been merged yet. So when they merge them, things may go haywire. We may lose all the course information, and I may have to upload it again. And also, I tried to merge it myself unsuccessfully, and what that did was just double all the assignments and all of the things on the calendar. So if everything is doubled, don't freak out. You don't have twice as many assignments. I will fix it. But at any rate, just email me if you see anything or have any trouble. I'll be online constantly, so I should be able to catch it and fix it, and just give me a little time on that. Okay, so this is the home page, and on the home page you can get the syllabus, and you can also go directly to the class schedule if you want to see the whole schedule as an overview so you can plan your semester. There's an announcements page, and there's an announcement there this morning, and you just click on it to see the whole announcement, and I put links in it and attachments whenever I send an announcement. The syllabus, of course, has the course syllabus, and I just kind of chunked it up. So I'll show you. There's course information. The course is asynchronous. You are not required to attend. So even this meeting is optional, and if you have to leave, that's fine. But what I have done is I will be available during our class time as well as office hours. And so you can meet with me on Zoom if you have questions or need help. And the Zoom office link is here under instructor details, which I hope works. And if you scroll down, sorry, I'm having a little trouble seeing, you'll see the catalog description and the course description. And the course description is just about what we're going to do this semester. It's about the course, it describes the course, so read through that. The next thing you'll see are course prerequisites. There's no prerequisites, and the course designation. I forget what KLPC stands for, but I think you guys know. I'll remember in a minute. I've kind of got COVID brain here, sorry. Here's the course objectives and learning objectives. Then at the bottom, there is a section called how the course works. And basically it's going to be the same every week except for this week and the last week. So every week, not this week, but every week on Monday, I will release the week on Sunday morning at 12 a.m. It will be available. And so you can start on Sunday if you need to. You'll view the video of the class lecture, and you'll have an assignment due. Now the assignments, there are a lot of assignments, they're little. I think you're going to be writing, 4 to 6 paragraphs a week, so it's not onerous. But there is an assignment for every class meeting because that sort of takes the place of attendance. So on Monday, you'll have, you'll view the class lecture, and then, oh, I'm having trouble with this thing. You'll view the class lecture. You'll have the first assignment due, which is usually some kind of activity related to the lecture. On Wednesday, you'll do the class readings, and you'll free write about those readings. And that's just writing. It's just whatever comes into your mind. You sit down for 10 minutes, you turn on the timer, you don't worry about grammar, you don't worry about spelling, you just type. And you do that for 10 minutes. On Friday, you'll look at the info modules. And then there is a more difficult assignment on the info modules. I've actually made the due dates for these a day after Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the due dates for these assignments to give you a little extra time. I cannot accept late assignments because it's a huge class, and it will be air traffic control will be a problem if I accept late assignments. So at the bottom of the syllabus page, you can see there's links to the books. There aren't any books, but there's a list there of all the readings you're going to do this semester online. There's a list of all the assignments, just 3 a week for 13 weeks. There's information about grades, there's the schedule, there's information about COVID, and there's an appendix, which is all the readings that I'm doing when I prepare the class lectures and info modules. And that's in case you want more information after my lecture. So here is the schedule. I've clicked on the little schedule thing. And basically, we are going to examine kinds of thinking. We're going to examine kinds of thinking, technology and thinking, forms of thinking, and materials of thinking. And that's how the course is divided up. I'll say a little bit more about that in a moment. So here is week 1 on the modules page. Just always go to modules first when you're trying to figure out what to do. And you would click on the overview and to-do list, and here it is. And it tells you, by this week, by Wednesday, read through the syllabus and class schedule and review the course information video. Those of you who are here, this is the course information video, so you don't have to review it. There is a course questions discussion board that's permanently available. So if you have any questions at all, post them there. I'm sure other people in the class have the same questions. Then there is, I haven't posted this yet. There's, well, I've posted half of it. No, that's next week. I haven't posted this yet. It's a very short video because the course information video is long. So it's just an introduction to humanity and technology in a way that we're going to be thinking in the course. The readings are all online, except I've had to make some of them online. And I've done that in two ways. One, by making web pages on my little website. And there's a link to those. And the other by dropping them in the, on the Google Drive. So you won't see many readings in there. The reason I've done it this way is because I want us to be able to use Hypothesis. And Hypothesis is a little bit difficult to join. So feel free to come to my office hours this week, or to, if you don't want to, if you can't come to the office hours, to come during class time, and I will give you more, I can give you any help. I can help you troubleshoot if you're having trouble downloading Hypothesis and installing it in your browser and using it. It's an annotation, an open source annotation software. And what I'm doing is I'm putting into the readings notes, annotations. And so I am adding, definitions of words that are difficult, interpretations, notes about things that are said. So if you want to see my notes on the readings, which I think will make them easier, then please do join Hypothesis. There are readings. And then this week, if you could, by Saturday, introduce yourself on the discussion board. Okay. So here is the assignments. Oh, this is the, yes, here's the assignments page. And there's, 3 per week. So week 2, 1, 2, 3, week 3, 1, 2, 3, very short. There's a couple long ones throughout the semester, and I'll try to give you a heads up about that. Then here is the course calendar. And if you go to the course calendar, you can see that you can, right now you're attending the class if you're able. Otherwise, for the rest of the semester, you can just meet me during class time. Now, if you click on these little calendar entries, the Zoom meeting URL is there for my office. So just click on it and then you'll get the Zoom link. So this is the week 1 introduction to the course. And I wanted to show you also at the bottom of the syllabus page on this week 1 intro, or sorry, it's course information above the week 1 intro. And here are my grading policies. So the grading policies are the following. We actually have a grading contract for this course. And what I mean by that is the grades that you get for the assignments will not be averaged to make your grade. Instead, it's just sheerly the number of assignments that you submit. So you can be absent for a week and miss 3 assignments and still get an A, as you can see here. You can miss 2 weeks and still get a B. You can miss 3 weeks and still get a C. So that's why I'm not accepting any late assignments. It's perfectly acceptable to miss 3 assignments and perfectly acceptable to miss, 2 weeks and get a B. I will grade the assignments because it's a shorthand way of me communicating to you how well I thought you did on them, or how much thought I thought you put into the assignment. If I give you, here's the grades, you can possibly get 95, 85, 75, 65. If I thought you didn't put in much effort to the assignment, I will give you a 65. If you did put in effort, then please do email me or come to office hours and talk with me about it. I'm happy to discuss any assignment, whether you got an A or an F or whatever. So please come and talk with me about any assignment. Again, these will not be averaged. The only thing is, if you get an F on any assignment, then it won't count. Okay, it won't count for a completed assignment. And so, you can't redo assignments, but you want to keep the number of Fs and the number of completed assignments down. You get a 0 if you skipped it, but like I said, it's not averaged. Okay, so as you scroll down in the modules, you'll come to week 2 and week 3, and you'll see that week 3 is grayed out. Once again, I'll be releasing each week on Sunday. It'll be released at 12 a.m. So here I'm going to show you week 2 because it is a prime example of what most of the weeks will look like. So you have the week overview and to-do list, the lecture, and the first assignment, which you'll complete on Monday, the readings and the second assignment, which you'll complete on Wednesday, and the info module video and the assignment, which you'll complete on Friday. And as I said, these are actually due a day afterwards. So due Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to give you a little extra time. So here's an example of the course overview, and there's a description of what we're doing in the week, and then you can see I've just pasted the syllabus in there, so you can see the same information that you get on the syllabus. I wanted to say, if you just click next, I can't see it down here, but if you just click next, you'll go to the next page. You don't have to go back to the info modules to get to the next page for this week. And here you will see the lecture. And there are 2 parts to this lecture. One part is already up and the next one is coming soon. And these video lectures I have recorded and put onto YouTube, my YouTube channel, but there's a link right there to it. Now, when you go to YouTube, to see these lectures, you may see lectures from the previous times I've taught this course. It's entirely different this semester, so don't bother watching those. I mean, you're welcome to, but we're doing different things this semester. Then there's the assignment, and you can see I tried to make this a little bit fun. This assignment, I don't know if assignments are ever fun, but at any rate, so I will have you take a little test. I took it actually, and I do have biases, I discovered, which really was fascinating to me because I consider myself somebody who doesn't, but I do. And so it's kind of interesting. And then there's an attention test. And then there's the readings page, and here are the links to the readings. And these in particular ones are online, and you will see my annotations after you've joined Hypothesis, and you go to the readings. You can turn on the annotations, and you will see them. Then the assignment, as I said, after you do the readings, is just to write for 10 minutes. And there's more information about free writing here, but basically you get an A if I can see you thinking. So that's really all it is. If you're thinking about the reading, you'll get an A. I hope everybody gets an A in this class. Then here's the info module, which is the next thing. And I have that available for week 2 already. It's up there on YouTube. So the last assignment then is a little more difficult. And it's asking you to apply the things that you learned this week in the class from the lecture and from the info module to the readings. I will always be trying to do that. The info module will really help you do this assignment. So make sure you watch those because they will really help you. You might feel lost without it. So week 3, you can see it's locked until August 30th, which is a Sunday. I said, oh, I guess it's 8 a.m., but I think, yeah, 8 a.m., not 12 a.m. So here's the introduction to the course again. And I just wanted to show you that there's a section called Join Hypothesis. And the hypothesis URL and hypothesis quick guide for students is there, along with the link. And here's the URL to join our class group. Now, if these instructions, the quick start guide, aren't enough for you, I have put over here a PDF and a PowerPoint, and they are also in the Google Drive. There do seem to be some people who TAMU Direct didn't automatically sign up for the Google Drive. So if you aren't signed up, please email me. And the Google Drive is kind of also our backup system, because if Canvas goes down for any reason, or again, when we have the trouble with Canvas that we will probably have from them merging the two sections, then that will be kind of a backup system for me to communicate with you. At any rate, I put the PDF in there as well because, or the PowerPoint as well, because you may want to go through it that way, and there's notes in the notes section. So the week 1 readings this week, there is a reading. It's a Nobel Prize speech by Toni Morrison. She made this speech in 1993. And so it's not about Black Lives Matter. It is about racism. And just to give you a sense of what's going to happen in this course, when you read that speech, you'll see, if you've joined Hypothesis, you'll see all my notes. And what we're not going to do when we think about the readings is we're not going to discuss pro or con. We're not going to say, oh, you know, Black Lives Matter. No, no, blue lives matter. No, no, all lives matter. It's not that kind of course. This is a course about thinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at here what Toni Morrison is doing via thinking in her speech. She's a great, great writer, and she's analyzing systems. The system happens to be racism, but I chose this as an example because it's a great way of analyzing any system. So this is optional, the readings for this week, but I highly recommend that you do them. It's a lovely piece. It's short, and you can also listen to it. There's just a a podcast, and you can listen to it, and it's just lovely. So if you but it really is optional. But I think it will show you, demonstrate ways of analyzing systems, which is what we're going to do this semester. We're going to be analyzing technology as a system. So I'm trying to see, I've got all these little, oh yeah, this is the Google Drive. For some reason, when the Google Drive was made, it came up with the HRN prefix, which means honors. It is not honors. It should be both sections, 500 and 200 is honors, I believe. And you can see in the drive, we have the syllabus. There are a couple readings that I needed to put up here. And then there are the hypothesis instructions. So that is the end of the PowerPoint. And so now what I'd like to know is, do any of y'all have any questions? I'm looking through the chat. But if you want to just unmute yourself and ask a question, please feel free.
I know this is going to sound a little boneheaded, but I just wanted to ask again, like, how exactly do you turn in these assignments in Canvas?
That's a really good question, actually. So let me actually just go back to that part of the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I do it right. I don't want to miss anything, you know?
No, that's a really good question. Share screen. Okay. Where is, oh. Okay, so when you submit an assignment, there's a little button up here at the top that says submit assignment. And what I'm asking everybody to do is either to type it in the text box entry that will appear on the assignment on Canvas, or upload it as a Word document or a PDF. Now, for those of you who work in Google Docs, you can just export it as a Word document or a PDF, I think, and upload it. Please don't give me a Google Doc URL, because sometimes they don't work, or it won't let me in, and so I just can't deal with that. So please do just upload it or type it right in the assignment. Excellent question.
Thank you.
I wanted to go over this a little bit more. Let's see here. The course description, unless there are other questions. Let me see if there's more questions in the chat. Okay, so the course is really about looking at humanities work, philosophy, the study of literature, the study of history, and taking all the methods that those people who work on those things have used to think, and making them available to you and familiar to you so that you can use them. And then we will use those methods that we learn this semester to try to understand digital culture. And if you want a definition of digital culture, it's here in the course description. Basically, we want to figure out how technology affects us. And as I will say in the lecture that I post today for Friday, that the technology doesn't determine us, right? Like, you would never say, TikTok forces me to think X. You would just never say that. It doesn't force you to think anything. It prompts thoughts that you wouldn't have had otherwise. I love TikTok. I'm addicted. But it doesn't force you to do anything. So we're not, that's called, when you say it forces you to do something, that's called technological determinism. That means technology determines how you feel, think, and act. It doesn't. But it's also not insignificant. I was just noticing, because I grew up without digital media, some little things that I do. I wish I thought I wrote them down, but I don't have them here. Little things that I do because I was born in a different era when technology wasn't like this. And so technology is changing my thinking, I can tell. So for instance, when I name file things and keep them in my file system on my computer, and that's just like doing work. That's not, being part of digital culture, not using FaceTime or not using, any digital app except Word and my computer. When I save things, I try to name them sometimes so they'll come up at the top. Do you ever do that of your folder? So you're changing the way you're thinking about names. You're changing, and it's all very little, but it adds up, and it does affect us. And so that's what we're going to think about. And I also want to say about this course that it's a course about thinking. So it's slow. So when you go to the info module on abstract, the lecture on abstraction, or the info module on tracking abstraction, it's going to take, these are going to take 20 minutes. And you're going to have to just sit there and be patient and go through it, because we're trying to analyze methods of thinking, and it involves looking really closely at things. So there isn't a lot of reading for this class, and there isn't a lot of writing. I mean, 6 paragraphs a week. There's probably, I don't know, the equivalent of 2 stories a week to read, and it's often listening to things or watching things. There are 2 movies that you have to buy, and so you will need to buy those and look at those. But it's not much reading and it's not much writing, but it is a lot of thinking. And the thinking is going to happen while you're watching the lecture and going through it carefully and doing the assignments. And it just takes time. So allow yourself, you know, all of the course time, the 50-minute course time, and then, you know, an hour for homework each class, maybe less. It might take you less. But give yourself that time. As long as you give yourself the time, you're getting an A in the class, I promise. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then if somebody else wants to ask a question, feel free.
This isn't a question, but like a little PS. For anybody who's submitting a text box through Canvas, I would very much recommend you use Google Docs and then copy and paste your work to the text box. Because I used Canvas a lot during high school, and it'll sometimes delete all your work out of nowhere. If you X out of the Canvas, it'll delete your work and you can't come back to it.
Oh my gosh, Olive, thank you so much for that information. Thank you.
Welcomes.
I had a question
Yes,
about what we're gonna do like during our class meeting times, because I noticed it said like attend Zoom meeting today, but the rest of the class time said just meet or something like that. So are we gonna be going over specific things during the class times, like where we meet on Zoom?
So I will put on my personal meeting room, and it's really just for you to come if you have questions. So
Okay.
during class time, you do not have to come via Zoom. All you have to do is do the work. And, you know, of course, you don't have to do it from 12 to 12:50, but give yourself 2 hours, you know, one for doing sort of attending the class, whenever that is, and, you know, 1 hour for the assignment. And the assignment isn't due till the next day. So if you need to split it up, that's fine. But you do not need to attend. I am going to ask everybody to come back for the last class, just so we can, you know, talk about what we did and how it was. But during that class time, if you want to meet with me, you can, and I will put the waiting room on in case people have private things they want to say. So feel free to come and meet with me during class time or during office hours.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. That was a great question too. All great questions and points. Anybody else? To think of something. And I'm going to post this video on the Canvas site in case you want to go back and review it. And of course, there is the course question board. So any questions you think of after this, because you'll probably think right when we stop the meeting. If you have questions right after the video ends, then you can post it on the board. No, you're not submitting an assignment with this week's reading. The assignment for this week, that's in the chat, that question, sorry. The assignment for this week is to post a picture of yourself and a little bio on the discussion board. And it's available in the module. You can just click, or you can go to the discussions itself and click there, and you'll see.
And the discussion board is different than the questions board, or is it the same thing?
Actually, let me just show you that really quickly because it's a little confusing, and I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to get out of here and go right to the course. And so if you go to the discussion board, just ignore all these things. I can't get them off there, but you'll see, well, actually, let me do this, sorry, because I want to show you exactly what you see. Okay, so if you go to the discussion board, you'll see the course questions board, and it's pinned at the top. So you can always find it and add a question. And like I said, if you have a question, your classmates probably have that question. So, you know, it's really good to post it there rather than to email me. I mean, I'm happy to answer emails, but this is much better because then everybody can be informed. And if you do email me with a question, I'll probably post the answer on the course question board because I know other people have it. And then you can, this is the first one and it's open now. And you can introduce yourself on the discussion board here. So the discussions are like this, the assignments are like this, And you can see some of them are all available. The next week's assignments are all available. If you want to just sort of test the course out and see how hard it is, you know, in case you don't want to take this course. And then the modules are here. And this is where you can find out the grading contract as well as on the syllabus. So, you know, syllabus here via that little link at the bottom that says grades, or course overview that talks about the grading contract in detail. And then, you know, here's week 1. So the introductory lecture will be up before Friday, ideally today, but maybe tomorrow. And it's short because this video is going to be long. And I really only want to make you watch a total of 20 minutes of lectures a week, roughly, because that's a lot when you're just sitting, you know, thinking. And it's in class, it gets diffused, you know, people ask questions, people discuss, but it's really intense via Zoom. So I don't want to overwhelm anybody. Great questions. Anybody else? All right, well, thank you all so much. It's really great to see your faces. I'm so happy you're real live people. So take care and good luck with the semester, with everything you have to do. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.